Once upon a time, in a small village near the great Niger River, there lived a woman named Amina. Amina was known for her kindness and beauty, but she was barren and could not have children. Every night, she prayed to the spirit of the river, asking for a child to call her own. Little did she know her prayers were about to be answered in a way she could never have imagined. One evening, as Amina sat by the river, a mysterious figure emerged from the water. The figure was a beautiful woman, adorned with shimmering scales and flowing hair that looked like seaweed. She introduced herself as the spirit of the Niger River. "I have heard your prayers, Amina," the spirit said. "I will bless you with a child, but he will be special. He will come from the river and possess powers beyond your understanding." Amina was overjoyed and agreed to the spirit's conditions. Months later, she gave birth to a healthy baby boy. She named him Kofi, which means born on a Friday, as that was the day he arrived. Kofi grew up to be a strong and curious child, loved by everyone in the village. And as Kofi grew older, he began to notice that he was different from the other children. He noticed he could hear whispers in the wind and feel the presence of unseen spirits. One day, while playing by the river with his friends, Kofi decided to go for a swim. As he dove into the water, he felt a strange pull, dragging him deeper and deeper until he could no longer see the surface. Instead of feeling fear, Kofi felt a sense of calm. He opened his eyes and found himself in an underwater city, filled with vibrant colors and strange creatures. It was the ancient tribal city of the river spirits, a place he felt he had always known. In this magical city, Kofi met a woman who introduced herself as his water mother. She had the same shimmering scales and flowing hair as the spirit who has visited Amina years ago. "Welcome home, Kofi," she said. "You belong here with us. You have the power to communicate with the spirit realm and control the waters. It is time for you to remember who you are." The water mother taught Kofi about his heritage and his abilities. He learned to control water, heal the sick, and communicate with the spirits. He felt a deep connection to the water and the creatures that lived within it. After spending what felt like months in the underwater city, Kofi decided it was time to return to his village. When he emerged from the river, he was shocked to find that many years had passed. The village had changed, and the people he once knew were now old. Even his childhood friends has grown up and started their own families. Despite the changes, Kofi knew he had a purpose. He began using his ability to help the villagers, healing the sick and ensuring the river waters were always clean and plentiful. The villagers were amazed by his powers and began to rely on him for everything. However, not everyone was happy with Kofi's return. Some villagers grew envious of his abilities and the attention he received. They feared his powers and plotted to get rid of him. They enlisted the help of a girl from Kofi's childhood, a girl he trusted deeply. They convinced her to steal a piece of his clothing, that which they would use to perform dark rituals and spells. The rituals worked, and Kofi's power began to fade. He grew weaker and weaker until he could no longer heal or control the waters. When he discovered what the villagers had done, he was heartbroken. He had only ever wanted to help them, but their jealousy has driven him to feel betrayed. With this sense of betrayal and powerlessness, Kofi made the difficult decision to return to the underwater city. He vowed never to return to the earth realm until humans changed their ways. His water mother welcomed him back with open arms and bestowed upon him a new role. Kofi began the guardian of the sea, governing the affairs of the underwater world and protecting it from harm. Kofi ruled the underwater city for many years, guiding the spirits and creatures that lived there. He watched over the river and ensured its water remained pure, clean. Though he missed the earth realm, he knew his place was in the water, where he could use his abilities to their fullest potential. As the years passed, stories of the boy from the river spread far and wide, and people spoke of his miraculous birth, his incredible powers, and his ultimate sacrifice. The villagers who had betrayed him regretted their actions and longed for his return. They realized the errors of their ways and began to live in harmony with the river and its spirits. The tale of Kofi the boy from the river is a story of magic, betrayal, and redemption. It reminds us of the power of nature and the importance of living in harmony with the world around us. Kofi's journey from the earth realm to the underwater city and back again teaches us about the strength of human spirits and the importance of understanding and embracing our true selves. Though Kofi may never return to the earth realm, his legacy lives on in the heart of those who remember his story. The river continues to flow, carrying with it the memory of the boy who came from its waters and the lesson he left behind.